Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Baitulmal bin Abdul Aziz. My meter number is 26520. So today I would like to present about the role of Baitulmal in the estate management. So next, okay. In this presentation I will present about the introduction, important of the topic, issues, solution, and lastly the conclusion. So for the introduction. Uh, Definition in language, Baitulmal is origin from two Arabic words, namely Bait, which mean house, and Al-Mal, which mean property. In definition in term, Baitulmal is a financial institution and management property in Islam that administer various sources of revenue such as zakat funds, wakaf property, taxes like Kharaj and Jizya, and other sources collected and used for the benefit of society and the country. So next is the importance of the topic. So, according to foreign law, Baitulmal is the last point of reference if an inheritance has no heirs or there is a balance of property after being given to the entitled heirs, with condition it needs to be well administered, which means uh, it also has been agreed by the Imam Malik and Imam Shafi'i that Baitul Mal need to be channeled for the benefit of the Muslim community in general. If it is handed over to his relatives, then the use and benefits are very minimal, and only among the family members will feel it. Yeah. Section 13(1) Small Estate and Distribution Act 1955, which among other states provided that if there is a written law in force in relation to the Baitulmal, the land administrator shall, before dividing any part of the estate of the deceased Muslim, satisfying himself that any part of the estate payable to the Baitulmal has been paid accordingly or an appropriate provision has been made for its payment. It also has been mentioned in Selangor under Section 5 for Administration of Islamic Law Selangor Enactment 2003. The Majlis shall have the power to act as executor of a will or as administrator of the estate of a deceased person or as trustee of any trust. So, next is the issues. For the first issue is if the deceased has no heirs who are entitled to inherit the estate according to Farid law, which means the deceased did not leave Ashabul Furuz and Asaba. So for the second issue, if the deceased leave heirs but they are not listed as heirs entitled to inherit the estate or are barred from receiving an inheritance such as Zawil Arham, different religions, or killer of the disease. So, the third issue is if the disease leave hers entitled to receive an inheritance, however, they inherit only a part of the estates. So, next. Okay, so the solution for these three issues. So, for the first issues, all the disease property needs to be returned to the Baitulmal because the disease did not leave any entitled heirs such as Ashabul Furud and Asaba. So for the second issue, the solution is for example, like for the second issue, I said earlier, the Zawil Arham, killer of the disease, and also the different regions cannot get the disease property. So, for example, I give example adopted children. Adopted children does not inherit because it is not a natural descendant of flesh and blood of the disease, while different religions and killer of the disease prevent a person from inheriting the property. So, it needs to be returned to the Baitulmal. So, for the last solution for the third issue is the heirs will inherit some part of the deceased property, and the balance needs to be returned to the Baitulmal. Uh, which mean, for example, the deceased is a mu'alaf. So, uh, he left he left his wife, one only, and the other relative, the other family of the deceased is non-Muslim. So, the property cannot be give to the other family. So the wife in this case will get 1/4 from the property, and the balance need to be returned to the Baitulmal. Okay, so last is the conclusion. So the function of Baitulmal as a financial institution has been taken over completely by the National Treasury and the Ministry of Finance. The existence of the Malaysian Treasury and the State Baitulmal should complement each other. It should be a source of strength for Muslims in the country to improve their socio-economic status. With the Baitulmal, the distribution and management of property will be more fair and equitable. So, so that's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.